Okay, let's give this a shot.
What is up guys, Dale here, and today I'm back with a new video, and I know what you're thinking. What is this logo on the screen right here? Well, I'll explain that in just a second, but for now I just want to tell you that this video is about my idea for the next Dragon Ball Z game. Basically, I'm a very creative person, so when I have an idea I like to create it visually so I can see my ideas come to fruition. Even though this is like a fan project, it's still like something I find cool to make every now and then. So I thought it would be cool to make this logo and some other like my own screenshots from the game in my mind to show you guys and discuss with you guys, because I thought it was pretty cool to do. So now let me say, this logo right here is just my concept of the title for the next game, and as you can see like, well, I don't know how clear it is to you guys, but you can see Goku and Vegeta's eyes in the Shining Victory wording, and I use Dragon Ball Super logo, and that's kind of a big thing towards my idea, just in case you guys haven't seen it. Spoiler right now. In Dragon Ball Super, they're just about to have the universe tournament when they fight, so a lot of different universes all at once, and it's going to be a battle royale. So basically my idea for the next Dragon Ball Z game, gameplay wise, is to have like a kind of battle royale style, which is what Xenoverse has right now, but I don't think it's really fully realized, because the way you fight in Xenoverse is very slippery. I know they've tried to fix it in 2, but it still hasn't got that I punch you and you react to it straight away kind of feel that you know, you get in the Budokai games or the Tenkaichi games, and or the Burst Limit or Raging Blast games even. It still has that kind of slippery feeling to it, and I feel as though that needs to be touched on. So I think they need to go back to the Tenkaichi style of gameplay and need to focus more on landing hits, or even, I don't know if a Battle Royale style will work 2D, because it probably wouldn't. It will end up like Super Smash Brothers or something like that, but that's not what I'm going for right now. I think I'm going for the 3D kind of look with a kind of like a Stormfall kind of feel. I don't know. I know we've had Xenoverse 2, and for the most part I've enjoyed both. But I think Xenoverse 2 is pretty much the same as 1, but with some minor tweaks. It's still a pretty enjoyable game, but I feel as though there's much to be desired within Dragon Ball Z games for the future. I think what worked more was Tenkaichi Tag Team. That kind of had a good element to it, in that you could really understand what's going on, and you can approach enemies easily, and you can hit them easily, and you could connect hits, and it worked. But I still think it needed a console to really bring out the environments, because the environments were really kind of not up to par with some of the environments we've got in the console games, such as like Raging Blast 2. I think Raging Blast 2 is like the best example for that, and Xenoverse. But I still think Raging Blast 2 had the best example of stages in a Dragon Ball Z game, a 3D one anyway. So yeah, gameplay wise, that's what I would like to see. I kind of want to go away from the RPG elements, but I still think that it could have the fighting elements, just like I don't know, the Budokai games and the Tenkaichi and the Raging Blast games had their fighting that was fully fleshed out. Well, not fully fleshed out, but it had some depth to the combat. It also had a story mode, well, not Raging Blast 2 anyway. It had a story mode that was, you know, the same as the original, but this time I think they should add diversity to the way the story plays out. And I say this, you know, I really commend Xenoverse for having that kind of new story mode, but I still think it kind of was formulaic in a way. I don't know. It's original, but then I'm saying you could take the original story and still put a twist on it and put it in our hands. I think if you gave it a system like, I don't know, what I was thinking about was a system like Mass Effect, If you ever played Mass Effect, or it's not just Mass Effect, some RPG games, a lot of RPG games out there that give you multiple choices on what you're going to say at a specific point in the game, and that decision you make could dramatically affect what goes on, what happens next, basically. So I'm saying maybe in a scene where Vegeta's coming up against Frieza, you can have an option of what to say. You can continue going with what Vegeta says, you know, just goes against Frieza, of course, and ends up fighting him and losing, as you know. But you maybe have an option to go I would say Renegade, which is what Mass Effect used, but that's really the bad way. You got Renegade and you got Paragon. Paragon's the super positive way, and Renegade's the super negative way. But there's also like minor negative ways and minor positive ways and neutral ways to go. And I think the super negative way to go is to join Frieza and then go against Gohan, Krillin, and you know, attack them together. Now you join forces with Frieza, and now the whole story dynamic changes. I think that kind of thing would really be fresh, and it really gives some life and replayability to the story mode that we already know and love. Another example I can give in the same Frieza saga, I guess. You know, when Vegeta finds out about Krillin and Gohan hiding the Dragon Balls, you can choose to use them to find them again, or you can just choose to kill them off and deal with whatever happens. I don't know. It just sounds like something cool to me that would I think the Dragon Ball game series would really benefit from, as you know, we've kind of got the same old stories over and over again. And with Xenoverse, even though it's new, it's still like we've got the old events, but we've twisted it, and they've only twisted it one way. And if you play the game again, you can only play through the same thing. But if you have it this way, you can play through the game and have many different things that go on within the story. In terms of exploration, I think Xenoverse with the story mode, and how you can just travel around and it's free travel. You can run on the ground, you can jump up, and you can fly in the air. I think that's still something that could be utilized in a game like this. But you know, you have to think about limitations, and I think that's just a little thing I have on the side. I don't think that should be really included in my project that I have in my head, which is not going to be made, obviously. This is just a theory. This is just conceptual design. So I think that should be something to think about, but not really something that we should have in the game, or no, it needs to be in the game. Sorry. And as opposed to the look of the game, I really like the look of Raging Blast, the original one. I think that kind of cell shaded design really worked with Dragon Ball. I just think they should have used like thicker like outlines, like black outlines on the characters to make them really look like Dragon Ball characters. And I also like the Ultimate Tenkaichi, even though I hated that game. The game was horrible for me, but the look of the game looked cool. It looked like it came straight out of the manga, which was really cool. And what else? Yeah, I would say use the environments of like Raging Blast, because they had big environments with a lot of obstacles around, and they had this ability where you could knock enemies into a building, but they wouldn't break straight through it. They would kind of stick into the building, and then you can break them through the building afterwards. I think that kind of stuff is it's just those little nuances that make the game more fulfilling and more truthful to what you see in the anime. So basically what I'm getting at is, I want to see something where I can see it in the anime, and I'm looking at the game and I'm like, yes, this is very truthful to what I've seen before. And I think they should look at games like the Storm series, which is the biggest example I can give. Like, I think as much as I don't really have anything against the Storm games. I enjoyed all of them. I played all of them pretty much, but I think there's still some things that those games are missing. But as anime games, they are the most truthful to the source material that is on the market. There's no other anime game out there that is as good as the Storm series games, in my opinion. So I think, you know, the developers need to look at that and look at how you can make the experience authentic to the source material as you're playing it. So yeah, I know this is kind of a ramble, but I don't know, I just wanted to get my ideas out there with some designs that I've made, which you can probably see on the screen as I was talking. And tell me what you think about my ideas, and if you have any ideas, tell me in the comment section below. I would love to talk with you guys about how you think the Dragon Ball series should go in terms of the games, because we are the consumers, you know, we are the ones who are playing these games, so it's best if we have an idea of what we want to see, and if the developers can see this, then they could craft something that we can all truly enjoy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later. Peace.